Okay, okay. Good afternoon or good morning, everyone, wherever you are. Today we'll be continuing our sessions. Actually, I have this will be considered a series of sessions that will be discussing the asset management and the relative topics. Okay, so today I'm going to make an overview topics that we are going to discuss that is related to the asset management. Okay, I'm going to discuss also the standards of asset management. There are certain standards, international standards. Okay, and we'll go through one of the important standards that we have implemented or we are using, and we will go through one of them. Okay, and we'll go in generally the structure of this life cycle, asset life cycle, and I don't want to make it longer. I just want to cover this specific topic, and then we will once we have a time, we will go to the other sessions to go and cover this the component of this life cycles one by one. I will try to gather my experience along with this theoretical knowledge and standards, so people can get this both of them at the same time. Okay, so it will be asset management life cycle. Okay, here I have mentioned there are many asset management systems developed last decades, which coming from different background. There are many asset management standards that used in different countries, but there are some certain international standards. We will go in a while. We'll discuss it in a while. Okay, this one, it can be used everywhere. So the most common asset management is related to international standards, which follow some common procedures. The most famous asset management standards are this PAS 55 and ISO 55000. These two are most, and they are keep on amending and developing and reviewing these versions. Okay, so apart from these two, there are some other standards, and some countries and some regions, geographical regions, they are using their own asset management standard. Besides that, there are some organizations like military, they are using their own management system standards and system. Okay, so the first one is the asset management system BAS 55. BAS 55 is one of the important asset management structure that follow a detailed asset management structure. Okay, it explains the whole life cycle, how it flows, and it is detailing the things related to asset management in every stage. Okay, so this structure is built up of full life cycle of asset management, full life cycle from installation up to the retirement of the asset. Okay, in each part, it can show you what are the activities, what are the procedures in details, what to be done. Okay, so one of the important feature of this BAS 55, it gives you a flexibility. to add, to remove. You can customize. I mean to say it can be customized as per the requirement. It can be customized as per the requirement. Okay. So tailoring the requirements, you can add, you can remove, you can modify as per your actual requirement and your the criteria that you want. Okay. So it can give you flexibility to add, remove, or modify any part of as per the requirement. Okay. BAS 55 describes a component of asset management, but it can interpret from your different points of view. Means there are the things which you can implement. There are some margin of change you can make within the requirement of the procedures that you are following. This is also make this BAS 55 asset management structure widely used in different organizations, government or private or whatever. So what I have discussed also, the asset management can be customized, which I have just discussed now, based on every organization. However, there are many parties must be involved somehow in the asset management activities. Okay, so because asset management is it's not a single activity, it's not a single thing. It is very complicated, and there are many parties are involved in this one. So it can clearly show you who are these activities. Some of these people are in training, some of them in technical things, some of them in financial. So all these parties and different side means it might be you might be in asset management from contractor side, or from landlord side, or from I can say from the end user side, or from the owner association side. Everyone is having his own interest and is having his own review, and is having his own requirement. After all, they are part of the asset management. So in this life cycle, you can see and you can interpret where you can find yourself in this the whole life cycle. Okay. BAS 55 can help stakeholders to describe their own rules in this mission, and this is very clear. Okay. The component of asset management. Okay, asset management is composed of a couple of things. It can be flowed from, first of all, the policy, and it can be go after that to strategy. Then we have to have objectives and plans, and even other plans like a contingency plan and all. Okay, we also must have the enablers and controls, all these things, how to implement the plan, and how to measure the performance, and how to check the improvement, and the overall cycle has to be reviewed. This is called asset management BAS 55, asset management criteria or life cycle or structure. Okay, I will give you the diagram which they are using. It shows you very clearly here the requirement. First of all, when you are planning, the asset management strategy has to be there. Okay, this is BAS 55. BAS 55 asset management structure. So in the second thing, the asset management strategy, objective and plans, where you have to set the plan, you have to make a strategy, but you have to set up the objectives, and when you have to do the plans, and either management plan or contingency plan, emergency plan. Okay. Okay, then you have asset management controls and enablers, where you have certain things like in the structure, like authority and responsibility, outsourcing. Either you have to do it within your in-house team, or what are the activities to be conducted. Okay, one of the things related to control is training. Either it's training, or you can say awareness or competency. Okay, then things like this. Thank you very much. So then implementation of the asset management, where the activities, the whole life cycle activity for each and every equipment has to be there. Okay, performance, how we can figure out the performance, the investigation, the condition monitoring, okay, the non-conformities, the evaluation of compliance, how to make the audit. All these things has to be done. Okay, so this is the full life cycle for the asset management for BAS 55. Because there is no enough time, I will stop here. Then we will continue discussing each and every element here and how it can be implemented practically. This is very important. And one more thing, you have to have a clear documentation which system it has to be followed. For now, we will stop here and we will continue later. Thank you for listening.